Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise for a point of personal privilege.
Gentleman has floor.
First of all, Mr. Speaker, I want to say I actually agree with some of the comments from the gentleman from Charlottesville, and I have to say that if Trump accomplishes nothing more than once again reinvigorating a Democrat's passion for the 4th, 5th, 9th, and 10th Amendments to the Constitution, he will achieve more than I ever thought possible in my lifetime. As I look at the violent riots that broke out, probably by a bunch of people with coexist bumper stickers on their cars at the inauguration, I couldn't believe it. These are some of the same people that are constantly lecturing us on tolerance and diversity and getting along. And the moment there's an election result they don't like, we're setting things on fires and throwing bricks through windows. But maybe to some degree, it's expected. Because I think all of us sometimes forget that everything we do through government comes through the threat of force. That's the primary difference between the public sector and the private sector. We get to use force to impose our will on our fellow citizens. Every new tax, every new regulation, every new licensing, whatever it is, and I'm not saying that all of them are bad, but I'm saying we got to be a little bit more cautious on what we throw around. And I'm also saying that when it comes to things like Obamacare, and when it comes to a lot of these other government-imposed programs that don't require voluntary cooperation, they use coercion. If it's such a good idea, why does it always require government force to implement on an otherwise free people? I think that's a fair question to ask. Because at the end of the day, coexistence is not a bumper sticker you put on your car. Coexistence is resisting the urge to coerce those whom you can't convince. And I think we need to be a little bit more cognizant of that. And I for one, hope this administration will rely more on free people to resolve their problems through voluntary association as opposed to a top-down Washington, D.C. approach for everything. And I commit to holding the administration, even though it's my party, accountable to that end. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.